All right, live for episode 5. I really don't have much to talk about tonight. I just felt like getting on and talking a little Harley stuff. So, if you happen to tune in, again, I didn't even uh, advertise or put any type of message on to Instagram or YouTube or anything. So, this is kind of like a surprise podcast. But if you listen to this later on, it's not a surprise. Anyway, I thought I'd jump on real quick. I'm solo tonight. I plan on having a guest, Stoke aside, but he's having technical difficulties. So if we get a GoFundMe page for him to try to get some decent equipment, that would be real good. um, anyway, let's talk about what I have in the works for right now. I still have to finish editing my Florida to Alaska trip, which I only halfway there. So I need to do that. So I'm gonna finish it up. Well, I'm gonna start getting the rest of the episodes punched out tomorrow. Um, when last we left, my last episode, I was in Canada on the way to Alaska. So maybe the next episode I'll hit Alaska, and you'll find out what happened to me on the way there. Besides that, my next trip, which I can't wait for, is from South Florida to Mexico. There's 2 cities I plan on visiting: San Miguel de Allende and Guanajuato, maybe Querétaro also. And my goal is to scout it out because I might possibly move down there when I retire in 3 years or 2. If the stock market continues to play nice, I could be out. If not, I'll still be here. Anyway, I want to scout it out. I want to head down to Mexico. The ride, I plan on taking about 3 days to get to Mexico, a 4th day to get to where I want to go, which is either San Miguel or Guanajuato. So that's the plan. I actually have it mapped out. I could have pulled it up here, but I'm not going to. So probably just getting out of Florida is the hardest part. For you guys that don't live in Florida, from South Florida to getting out of Florida is the worst possible ride ever. There's no scenery. It's all flat. There's no twisties. And you're gonna hit some rain, almost guaranteed. So that's the worst part. And it's basically my first day is shot just getting from here to the panhandle to get out of Florida. I don't want to stay in Louisiana, so I'll probably go from there, stay overnight to Texas. No. Probably Alabama. Then I'll go to Texas. Probably south of Houston. I have maybe Galveston. I don't know, some areas down there. And then head into either Monterey or a couple other places I might have in mind. Now, apparently, there's a bunch of issues that I have to deal with before I get down there. Obviously, I can't carry my firearm, so that's out of the question. So, open season from the cartels on me. So, I better have a throwdown wallet. See, that's a great idea. I found out about it from somebody else on one of the website forums. They have a throwdown wallet, basically a wallet with expired credit cards, and a few dollars in there, a few dinero. And basically, if somebody's going to rob you or the crooked cop tries to rob you, you got something to give them. Put enough money in there to where you're not going to go broke, but enough to where they think they got to win. So I'm going to definitely have the throwdown wallet. The other issue that I apparently will be running into is I'm paying off my bikes, which seems like forever. So because of that, I don't have a clear title, and they require that in Mexico. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, put it in the comments. So I believe, actually, let me turn on the comments in case anybody wants to talk during this show. Okay, comments alive if you'd like to post a comment. So I believe you could get a letter or some sort of letterhead from Harley saying that the bike is currently being paid off, and I give them permission to go to Mexico. whatever it is, something like that. I believe I also have to get Mexican insurance. That's another thing. So I'm going to look more into that. I really haven't scratched the surface yet on all those preparations. And I also will fix a lot of the mistakes I made on my trip to Alaska because inevitably equipment breaks down. One of my GoPros got shattered, but still worked. I lost one of my GoPro mounts, and I lost one of my 360 mounts from the vibration and all that. So I'm going to have extra mounts with me. I'm not bringing camping gear this time because I had so much extra weight of all kinds of camping gear with me, and I didn't camp one damn time on the way to Alaska and back. So this time, I'm not bringing any camping gear. I'm going to go to the hotels. I like to go to good hotels anyway. I feel rested and the bike feels safe. So no camping this time. So again, 3 to 4 days to get to Mexico, 3 to 4 days back. I'm going to spend about a week in each place, San Miguel de Allende and Guanajuato. I really want to scout it out not from a perspective of vacationing, but more from like, do I want to live there? And really, I'm going to take a lot of video, of course. I may even check out Querétaro. It's another one, but it's a bigger city, and I really don't think I want to be in a big city. I grew up in New York City, and I don't want to go to a city anymore. Plus, being a cop, you start to hate people. But I love all you guys. Anybody listening to this, you're the best. But, so that's part of the plans. Again, no camping gear. I got to figure out if I'm going to need service on a bike. That's the other thing. I got to see how far away I am from the next service on the Pan America. I am taking the Harley Pan America, if you aren't aware. That's what I took to Alaska. I could take my my CVO, my street class CVO, but the problem is with Guanajuato and San Miguel, they have like cobblestone streets and they're narrow and a lot of hills. So I think the Pan America will do a lot better in those areas. I don't know if there's any off road. I know, like Guanajuato, you could do a lot of mountain climbing up there. So I'm going to check that out too, if I'm in shape. Last time I tried to do mountain climbing was in Scotland last year, and I felt like my Achilles were going to blow out. So I may not be doing that. So that's roughly the plan. Might stay at a bed and breakfast in both places. Not a bed and breakfast, Airbnb or a hotel. I don't know. They have some nice stuff. But again, I kind of want to live like a local. So that's why I'll probably do an Airbnb. From that perspective, from getting up early, going to the local shop, getting some breakfast, whatever. And, there's a lot of rooftop restaurants in San Miguel. I'll be checking that out. The question is, when do I plan on going? Because there's rainy season. It doesn't rain that much, but not like Florida. But then again, I don't want to go when it's rainy season here and not get rain the whole way there and back. I want to go when it's a little bit cooler, so I got to figure out what month. My girlfriend's going to Machu Picchu in June, so it might be around then or it might be before. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, that's the plan. Mexico or bust. I just love, what's funny? Like the other night, I was filling up gas. It was late at night, and I was putting gas in my car, and just a typical stop at a gas station, go in there, get a drink, get gas. It makes me really miss the open road and just, going till I need gas, or just a strategic stop to get gas. Just that trip is just, I miss it. I miss being on the road. So, and at 61 years old now, I want to do while I still can. Who knows how many more years I have left in me? I just saw a video with Arnold Schwarzenegger walking around doing a new movie where he's Santa Claus. The man is like shrunk. It's amazing what happened to him. That's going to happen to me. I just got to keep it off as long as I can. Back in the gym this week, that's for sure. So that's my plan. Mexico is next. I still got to make it back to Yellowstone, and here goes my dog again. He's got to be in here because I'm talking. If I wasn't talking, he'd be sleeping somewhere. So anyway, I've said that already. That's my plan, Mexico. Anybody been to Mexico? Anybody that, is used to those roads? Any tips you could give me in Mexico? I want to make sure that the cartels don't think I'm a prime target. I don't think so. I'm only going to travel during the daytime. I'm not traveling at nighttime. So that'll eliminate that. That's the other reason I was worried about taking that street glide. You could tell it's worth some money. So the Pan America blends in a little bit better. So hopefully I don't get taken. But if they do take it, that's okay. I got a new bike when I come back. And it's all paid for. Not the bike, but the insurance. And what else on Mexico? Again, anybody has any tips? Anybody's been to San Miguel de Allende or Guanajuato? Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Places to see, places not to see. Again, I'm really looking for some travel tips here. Anything you guys can give me would be great. Sorry if you're picking up the dog because he's got a chew bone right here. Ugh. How you liking my hat? 47? Everybody knows what that means. Inauguration day is coming up. Loki, please. Oh. All right. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I just want to get on there and talk about my next plan. Love to talk about long distance riding. I want to do a chat specifically for the Pan America. For those guys that ride the Pan America. Those guys that ride the Pan America, what their thoughts are. There's a lot of problems with the Pan America as far as this fuel pump goes. And it happened to me when I was in Canada and I got colder weather. It started to whine. Okay, stop. It started to really whine on me like, oh boy, I'm going to have to get this replaced. It doesn't affect, it still works. It just makes noise. But as soon as it got warmer and I got out of Canada, it was fine. So I don't know. I mean, I had no other problems. Bike held up. I'll tell you what, if I was on my street glide, I would have wiped out a few times, especially when I hit some gravel. But that bike just knows how to stay up. And it's not my skill. Trust me, it's not my skill. It's just that bike wants to stay up. So I really recommend that bike if you don't have it. And you could cruise at 90 miles per hour, set the cruise control, and it handles it like nothing. And it's quick. You get in and out of traffic. You can lane split. You can do anything you want to do with that bike. A lot easier than the other street glide or a big cruiser. So definitely want to do a show on the Pan America. That's coming up. I also been fighting back the urge to do some upgrades on my street glide again. I haven't done one in a while. And I want to talk about some of that. But for right now, that's really what this talk is about. Anybody order the new Pan America? I'd like to know about that too. What the changes are. I haven't looked into that. Curious. And that'll be pretty much it. I did a short little podcast today, 15 minutes. Unless somebody comes on and wants to ask a question, I will extend it. But everybody's shy today. Okay. That's it. Thanks for listening. If you're tuning in from Apple Podcast or whatever it's called, or iHeart or Spotify, definitely would appreciate a like and a comment. I want to get more of these out there. I've been kind of tied up with other stupid things. Like my new hobby is Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. I got the whole setup with the yoke and the Alpha Bravo quadrant and the rudders. So I'm trying to learn that. Had a major PC issue. I had to upgrade a whole bunch of parts of the PC. So that's kind of kept me off the podcast circuit for a couple days. So that's all figured out. I'm back on the podcast. I'll be doing another one soon. Again, I want to talk about the Pan America next. Anybody has any ideas for like a podcast and maybe bring on a special guest, or anybody that has their own YouTube channel and you want to promote it, let's talk about it. I'll bring it on. That'll probably be it for tonight. Last chance somebody ask a question. No questions. I will be going back to my flight simulator. Trying to save you guys, if you can save me from that, but I guess not. So, thanks for listening again. And again, hit that like button, or on the YouTube, hit like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. But definitely on the podcast side, that would be a big boost because I'm trying to get out there. Hopefully the sound sounds good. Let me know put in the comments how the sound is. If it's clear, loud enough. I've had some issues for the first couple shows trying to get this equipment down. I like to show you what everything looks like, but I can't. It's all mounted on that camera. Yep. Okay. Thanks for listening. Have a great night. Ride safe as always. And I'll see you on the next one, or you'll hear me on the next one. Have a great night.